Hello. I would like to uh, express some kind of cons, some kind of concerns that I have been um, having and seeing with the new Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And especially to clarify and, and, and even clear some doubts that some of you might uh, be experienced by at the time of enjoying this simulator. But what irritates me or even makes me angry that some people think that um, uh, that uh, the scene is broken, which in my opinion is is a valid point because it has improved, but uh, it still have a lot to improve despite that. But the question here is the scene or are the users or there is something that is not being told. Well, unfortunately, after being playing a couple of hours, doing flights, I will have to say, I have reached the conclusion that here is the frustration, and I can, I am able to understand the why. So here's the point. Um, Even though Flight Simulator 2024 it is said to be for everyone, right? Well, unfortunately, I have to say something. The problem here is the marketing. That's not true. That's not true because at this time is for an educational experience to put in the shoes of the pilot in this opportunity, and if you are up to and if you are up to do it, and if this is your passion, it's not only a game, it's a simulator. The Flight Simulator 2020, it, it was more user friendly with the mechanics, with the use, because it was the why we are here. Now is what is for, and if your mind is capable, and if your capabilities um, are up for it, and if you have the patience, courage, patience, sorry, patience and constancy overall to face really what is being a pilot, really. Um, and that's just something that is not being saying, or at least my apology, my apologies if I could not find any video about it, but I don't, I don't know. No, it's not. I don't know. I haven't found anything about it. Uh, the other thing, the bugs. Um, the bugs, there is a lot to be said about the bugs, particularly um, with some options that you have to see here. Um, then I will show you the specific thing about what I am talking. Um, for example, for example, all right, you go to settings. Mhm. You see here, let's say that I don't remember where, I don't know it is, here. Um, here, you see, I put it. Um, city markers, hypermarkets, show pre-flight pins, show traffic uh, nameplates, and display all of that. Okay. With these are great because whether you, if you are, um, if you are riding or flying for recreation, you can look the name of the places, the name, and there then inquire and all about it. And maybe you can find your next spot for your vacation. All right? Well, which is a problem that um, to enjoy, this feature, we come with a we come with a problem in here. All right? And the same goes for or apply to career mode. For example, if I go to uh, if I go to, for example, the capital of Uruguay, you see, um, um, Mo, Montevideo, which is the capital, is located at the southwest of the country. Let's say that I want to depart. I want to depart from here. Let's click start flight. I was tweaking a little with the dev mode, and I don't know if I screw up a little, or maybe I am having too many things in the background that in my HPV plus, even though I make a video doing explaining about that, but that is not recommendable to play it in laptop because it's not designed. But when I was in Brazil, I played some things. For example, I played career modes. You see here. Let me let me see if I am able to see why uh, why it is why it is running so low, um, because I no sound, no sound, um, graphics uh, NVIDIA frame rate, max frame rate, this gap for regeneration methods. Now, let's see if we can put it to off. Okay, it doesn't matter. Rendering the solution. No, it's okay. NVIDIA low latency. This we are going to disable it because maybe it may it may cause some stuttering and anti-aliasing NVIDIA quality balance. Let's see now if right now we can gain some more FPS. Okay, now yes. Um, or maybe it's the program the, that I am using to record, but that is not the the quality that I pay when I was using. So here is the thing. You see here that we have our 737 Max, November, 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 November 738 Bravo, and there we have our micro option. We have the airport, the names. Now, what happens if I want to open the cursor? That's that's not a problem, right? But when I want to exit, sometimes, especially when in flight, and I don't know why, it disappears without any. It doesn't have to be like that. So when I when I was when I was flying, let's see if we can when we put it. I don't know. I am not aware of why we don't have the jobs to relax. It seems that the aircraft is ready to take off. Another thing, uh, there is a there is a problem. You have to you need to have a lot of patience to uh, read. Sorry, a lot of patience uh, to learn with this simulator because it's more complex than the previous one for the reason I mentioned earlier. But this shouldn't be the middle user experience because why the others have the right um to enjoy the sim as much as the user who have already a prior knowledge about aviation and all the complex of the system. For example, some people say that the passengers uh, don't uh, don't get on board to the aircraft. That is a book that they don't see it on the jetway, mm, including some of the 2020 features that I have disabled because it is bugged and it's not working as properly. Um, so what I was saying, this, in order to have a good cube of learning, you have to also look for other sources like YouTube. Um, on, for example, I want to mention uh, a special channel in here, um, aircraft aircraft investigation, mentor pilot, green dot aviation. But the problem is that I repeat, I think this game selects the user, and that should not be happening because a simulator should be at least in my opinion, accessible for everyone, reachable for everyone to say, "Oh, I, 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 I'm starting to like aviation," or say, "Well, I want to feel the experience of how is piloting without complicating too much." And I think really that um, this fell too short to be a fair user-friendly interface in the in in the terms that they have removed all all the, the capabilities, or not all but almost, almost some of the capabilities that it was really intuitive um, if you want to pilot it without any problems, or simply enjoy a flight. For example, the AI, huh? A, AI AI piloting as um, we have in 2020. Uh, that is not that is not there anymore. But why? Why you have removed some of the important characteristics that made the flight accessible for everyone, instead of constantly uh, going and changing and tweaking settings in an interface that, yes, is intuitive for only some people, but not for everyone. You might say, um, you should have leave an option that it might say, well, legacy interface or modern. If you want to use the simulator to as educational experience, or if you are training, hmm, for your piloting skills, well, but if don't, you also have the same entitlement. And in this case, Flight Simulator 2024 fails. Believe me, that fails. Because yes, you can learn outside. But what if I don't want to, or I don't feel like, or simply I want to enjoy, like everyone else did back in the launch time of 2020? Yes, This is the one with more detail, with more things to do. But yes, it's the more detailed, but also the most excluding, and the contract with this simulator to the users have not been communicated in a way that's intended to, because it was set for everyone, and it was not like that. They have lied, and I really don't like it. I want to show you how to fix um, that problem that the passengers doesn't get on board on any aircraft. And also, I have to say, I don't know if it is a bug or what, but in the Airbus A330, I ca- I I cannot able to. Sorry, I can I cannot calibrate the uh, the throttles, and the autopilot behaves radically in terms of the auto throttles. But well, that's all what I want to show you. I want to f- show you how to fix or that bug. So let's simply turn on uh, the electrical power, external power uh, on. Yeah, I have a lot of things in background. That's why doesn't start. Doesn't start now, so it doesn't run as smoothly as I would like to. So once you have, let's suppose that you have already to take off, you have to you have already configured your aircraft, you have already your flight plan set, either in the MCDU, in the FNC, or directly to the tablet. In the tablet, sorry that my English is not my first language, but I still learning, I still know. So um, so that is it. When you come here to the tablet, as in the real life is supposed to be that happens the same, but not through the tablet. You say, well, you read the manifest and say, well, how passengers we are going to have. So you go to, let me see, flight details. Here, you go to payload fuel, you go to configure, and then here you can set the fuel, and the the you can also modify the gravity of center. You can also modify the cargo, and here goes the comes the important. See, you see, this sorry, it says this is a preview of your aircraft seats. They have not been loaded yet. In fact, when you are going uh, to plan your flight, you have to execute these options within the scene, or I mean, not in the menus. No, in the scene, like here in the mode. So try to read what the simulator is telling you. So let's suppose that I want to have, I don't know, that is a purpose. Let's say that I want to have 36 passengers. Let's see. Um, I go to load Minecraft, and instead of load immediately, I click here, save config, and open the ATC panel. That in fact, here the ATC panel never appears. You have to click here. That is something that they have to fix. And is something here that they have to fix too. You need to close and then open the tab. So let's click to on ground services. I clarify that I am on the Victus, the HP Victus, and let's say that I want to request passenger boarding start, and I am going to click it. Let's see if it
Carrasco ground. Hop Alpha Delta Whiskey 7412. Could you please get the passengers on board?
Hop Alpha Delta Whiskey 7412. The jetway is going to be connected.
See? The jetway is going to be connected. And if we want to have a detailed look, we can zoom in. Oh, it was too much. But or simply I don't know why it doesn't. It doesn't appear. You may not see it. There's something here that they also have to fix to be able to close. You have to open the tools more and open the toolbar. This kind of tools goes for Xbox and for PC. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in what platform are you playing. As I cannot see if the passengers are on board, because we neither have a background like in real life, a background noise when the passengers are on board in real life. What I do is the following. I go to camera. Let's wait till the things close. I'm sorry, it's not that my computer is not capable, it's because we have things in the background. I go to showcase. And you see that I have here, I have the free mode. Now Now with empty, I am able to put the camera to move, sorry, the camera inside the plane, especially in the part of in the in the background, in the part of behind the plane, and I am able to see that the passengers are on board. Look, we have the passengers on board. We have to say that they do not react as in Caribbean moths. They are just decorative, but again, it's an immersion that we didn't have in FMS 2020, and that it was only dependable on the few particulars, and that is the way or manner that you see how you see that if you have passengers on board or not. I repeat again, this works for Xbox and for PC. And then what I want to show you also is something that let me let me let me this is in the Boeing 77. This is in the Boeing 737 Max, but for other planes, it's more or less the same. Many people, especially in this cycle, are claiming that there are a book that makes the instrument panel, especially the primary flight plan and the artificial horizon too bright and the cabin too bright and regarding too bright, that is impossible to see, and that can hinder the flight experience, limiting only the aircraft to fly within the night. So, what if I tell you that you only have to hide the you only have to hide the yoke and regulate these parameters. For example, if I do something because it's not going to be appreciated at all, let me see if I can change the weather. Let me select if alone, let me select custom, and I want to say that I want to do the full night. Full night is completely dark outside. You see, that is a problem that many people are having. Too bright. For example, if you want a suitable brightness here, main panel brightness around 20. This limit on auto background brightness. You see, that is the problem. Background brightness during the night you have it at the maximum. That is really engrossing to enjoy. And here we have the control of the autopilot that I would like to have it. For example, here and what else? Ah, that's what I already explained. Make panel brightness. Let's make to 50 and here import brightness. You see there. You see there how the brightness increases and increases. For example, for night, it's recommendable that you have it in there. And the same goes for the same goes for the outboard. It means outside. You see now the outboard display is becoming to increase and increase. I would love to have it here at night, sorry, and here better to leave it like that. In the weather here background we have already cleaned out here. You see I don't know if I'm doing anything. Maybe we have a over there too. Output. You see here the same. You do not need to have at 50. You have to leave it at 10 at least. And the same goes to import. You do not need to you do not need even to you do not need to have it you do not need to have it so bright. And I don't, it's not I don't know, but where are the pilot for the trade trainers? This plane is a mystery to explore, really. But outboard video. You see, out inboard display units. Let's try if we can. Outboard. There we go. And inboard. See, here is the same, but I don't. Yes, the pilot, yes, it does, but in selector, well, I know that I achieved this on Xbox, but right now I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens really with it. Well, let's leave it like that. When I found the note, I will do it another video. But for not doing this video longer than already it is, um, let's go back to the normal day. Another thing, the cabin light. Don't light. This for the night is very. This is for the night. It's very important. You see, you turn it on from here and off from here. Ah, here. Here is the outboard display panels here. You see, I would like to have it there. And they have a bit to fix that some settings aren't unfavorable. I don't know really why. That's another bug that they got to fix. The same go for the inverter rain dryness. It's better to dry there. Mhm. Sometimes this place or these planes are this especially is a mystery, but sometimes you find the right signal, and sometimes you you did nothing. Let me see if I find the here import display this is the let's leave it there and the outward weather dryness there and 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 there, there. And when we turn off the dome light, you see now we don't have all the time the brightness glaring at us because we have saved our preferences well between inverted commas because sometimes, as I say, settings doesn't say. I don't know why really bugs to fix. And the copilot went away. What happened? Earth had swallowed him. Do Earth have swallowed him? Well, that's something. That is something we don't know. Well, that will be all. Let's get back to normal. But I would like to say that it should be a time life itself. And then the setting adjusts automatically to the preset weather and daytime than before. Let's increase our brightness. 50 outward. 50 and we do the same for our invisible the pilot that we don't know what happened to him. All right. Now we're ready to set and we are ready to go. In that case, let's check again if our assets people are really inside the plane or also Earth has swallowed them. We also are able to or capable of seeing the inside the jetway. That is really no, we still having our passengers on board that they are waiting to take off and the plane is nowhere near. Is nowhere near, configured to take off. But I want to say that I am really disappointed that Microsoft and Sobo have not been honest with this simulator. Yes, you can pursue your aviation, your aviation career, yes, in the career mode, but this is an approach only, a mere approach, and the basic tutorials are intended only to um, teach you how to operate the simulator and how the regulations and the system in the real-time avionics, sorry, in the real-time aviation, I mean, expect you to operate. But what this has is that you can explore routes freely, mm, and discover waypoints to to go to the same airport or different airport you can plan and go over the world. What I would like to say as a final advice, I don't want to dismiss or discourage the this simulator because it has potential, but in my opinion, it really selects the user. But it has an enormous advantage. It teaches you to try to overcome the frustration, how to manage, learning to wait, uh, because that's what a pilot also do. It trains his frustration is consistent even though when climbing the highest mountains becomes very difficult, like the meter TC4, and sometimes even horizontal, but it's not like that. So you have to keep rolling. And this simulator is a mirage of this. If you really want my final advice as a final uh, as a final tip, use first before doing the jump Flight Simulator 2020. And then, when you master all the basic and all the mechanics, you jump into the Straight 2024. That's what I mean. No, no.